What's up, YouTube? Give me just a second. Add topic. Let's see here. I'm about to go live on TikTok, and if you want to be on the panel today, you come over to TikTok, Liberal Loudmouth, at Lib Loudmouth or Liberal Loudmouth. Lib Loudmouth. Yeah, Lib Loudmouth. It's telling me to change topics. There's no political topic. News and event, I guess that's what I'll use. All right. Alex Pretti. Disarmed. And pewed. Let's see if this works. I'd gotten a banana yesterday. Let's see if this works. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Liberal Loudmouth. And we are maybe here again. We'll see. We'll see if this works. Because I never got a notification that I could go live again. So I don't know if this is going to work. Let's see. Let me do a search for myself real quick. Real quick, like. I don't see anybody coming in yet. So, let me search for myself. Give me a second. I'm going to share my own shit. Liberal Loudmouth. Oh, that's weird. It's not even bringing up my name. Okay, so we do have one person in here, so welcome in. Oh, wow. It's not even showing me whenever I do a search for myself. That's interesting. So when I search for my own name, nothing comes up. That's crazy. Here we go. And it's not showing that I'm live. Interesting. That's weird. Yeah, so it's not blinking. It's not blinking. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm up to 3. So, yeah, last night, Raw had posted that she couldn't find anybody, but that it had started, fixing itself. My algorithm is all fucked up. I can't share my shit out if I can't find myself. I don't really know what to do in that instance. Let me go to my Lib Loudmouth alt here. Let's see. Yeah, 4 people. Oh, God. They really fucked shit up, didn't they? Lib Loudmouth. Let's see. Okay, it's showing that I'm live when I go to my alt. So maybe they just kept me from going into my own shit on my own account. All right, now let me share. I'm live. Crazy. All right. Yeah, I mean, normally I don't go to live today anyway, so the numbers are probably going to be messed up regardless, because Monday's not normally my live. It is Monday, isn't it? Isn't it Monday? I think it's Monday. Fucking the day's just... Oh, no, it's Sunday. Okay, well, Sunday still isn't one of my normal lives. Abu, welcome in. What's up? Yeah, so yesterday I got a banana for 3 days. Yeah, thanks for butterfly. And really today I just kind of wanted to test it because I appealed it, but they never got back to me. No, not today, Abu. Not today, but thank you. Anyway, I appealed it. I never got a response back from it. But when I logged into my TikTok live studio on the computer, it didn't say that I was suspended. So I went live and, it appears that I'm able to go. But it doesn't look like that anybody can join. Let me see if I can invite somebody, actually. Let me see if I can invite. No, I can't invite anybody. So I guess I can go live, but nobody can join? That's weird. No comment thread. Yeah, no, that's Let me see if I can't fix that. Or maybe that's a setting or something. I don't know. Let me see if I can... what the fuck? Yeah, this is, Israel taking over shit. It's for the better. You can't talk bad about Israel. What's happening on everyone's lives, you can't see the comments. So you can't see the comments on the show? Yeah, in like when I did my video it's got like 13,000 views right now, but most of the comments are folded. Even just regular normal comments are all folded. So you have to like click, to unfold most of the comments. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, let me see if I can't. Maybe they changed a setting or something in the live studio that I have to do to allow people to join. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm allowed to go live. I just can't have any guests. And go live together. Let's see here. Live incentive program. Chat box. No, I don't see. I don't even see the same options available. What the fuck? Good God. They fucked it all up. You're seeing this with All Lives talking about yesterday. Yeah. I mean, I didn't gather up enough information to run a 4-hour live without any guests. I assumed it would just let me go. There are a couple of things that we can touch on. Although, if the numbers just, what do you do? But let me go back to my main account real quick and see if there's, a setting in there that maybe I can fuck with to see about. Yeah, because it won't even let me invite anybody. You couldn't see some of the panelists. I'm seeing this. Yeah, it's... Well, on other panels, you're able to go up, though, right? Because in my case, it's probably that, I just can't have any guests until, like, Tuesday. Because I got a 3-day banana, All right, let me go to settings and see if this... Let's see if I can do something. Fuck, I don't know. Let's see. Content preferences, time and well-being, family. And forgive me, guys. I didn't know I was going to have to do all this shit. I didn't realize it would keep me from having guests on, but that's fucking weird. Play together, gift gallery, polling gift goal. Okay, well, let's see if this poll works. Let me see if I can I just want to test and see what's fucked up or not. Is this working? Yes. No. But, actually, that would be interesting, though, if they, banana you and they still let you go live, but they just won't let you have any guests. That's better than nothing. I guess what I could do is go to my alt, but I don't think that alt's going to... Okay, so I put a poll up. Do you guys see the poll? Okay, so somebody sees the poll. I see somebody just voted. Okay, so at least that works. Tell me if you see this pop up. Let me see if this works. Continue pinning the pin. Did that pop something up at the bottom of your screen? Do you see the gift thing pop up at the bottom? Surely TikTok isn't going to take that away. The thing that brings them in the most money. These cocksuckers. This is crazy, guys. It is so weird. Yeah, I don't see why it's not gonna let me bring any guests in. Oh well, fuck it, whatever. Anyway, so now the right is starting to, they're getting their talking points together. Yeah, of course they'll keep the gifting, right? Just like, well, you're so bad that you can't have any guests on, but they can gift you, and that's fine, and we're going to take 50% of that. Fucking assholes. But yeah, the left or the right, the MAGA fuckers are starting to get their talking points together. And one of those talking points is he didn't have his identification on him and he didn't have his permit to carry on him. This is shit that these people are now starting to say in terms of like Alex Pretti, right? The problem with that is that the cop isn't going to know whether he's got his ID on him or his permit to carry unless they ask. And in Minnesota, you can look it up. It's a $25 fine. It's a petty misdemeanor. So it's like a fucking ordinance violation. Occupation, thanks for sharing. I appreciate that. That's pretty petty good. My cock. That name, brother. That's funny. You've been up on the panel before, I think. Anyway, yeah, so that's their talking point. The rebuttal to that is pretty simple. That's procedural, right? Like, you're still allowed to carry your firearm, and, violation of that is a state issue, not a federal issue. And there's no way that federal agents would know that he wasn't carrying. They never even asked him. He had it in his back. And you can see the video of the ICE officer removing the gun from his back. And let me play that real quick for everybody in case you didn't see my other video. The last one I did showed it very well. Matter of fact, like this picture really bothers me, honestly. Let me zoom in here and put it up on the screen for you. Yeah, so they just executed this guy. It was just a straight up execution. They disarm this man and then they shoot him. It appears in the back. I'm looking forward to seeing the autopsy and where all he was shot first, because, he was shot on I believe the right side after he had fallen to the ground, but he fires right after this picture was taken, this screenshot. But let me pull up this video real quick so you can see it. It's slowed down. I did post it, so you can go to my videos and you can see that elsewhere. What the fuck did I do with mine? I just had the shit up. God, I can't find nothing, y'all. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Pull this up. Now, I don't have it in my Premiere. I could put it in there, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. So let's watch this in slow motion. So this guy right here, you can see he's grabbing the guy's back holster, right? And notice, this is the guy that shoots him right here, this mass fucker. He doesn't yet have his gun in his hand. Do you see that? And this is important because he's literally watching this fucking guy right here grab this man's gun. Watch. You can see it plain as fucking day. There's a gun in the holster. It gets disarmed, and then he pulls his shit out, right? And he's literally looking directly at this spot. Look at his eyes. Like he's looking right at it. He sees that the man was just disarmed, and yet he moves to the side and fires. And he fired again right after that clip ended. I mean, it's plain as day. That was literally a disarming of a U.S. citizen, and then they executed him. And that's where we're at. And MAGA all of a sudden is like, you can't have multiple magazines. If you've got multiple magazines and you go to a protest, that means that you're there to do bad. I'm about to play a clip of Kash Patel, Crazy Eyes Patel, saying something that is absolutely ridiculous. But we're going to watch him say it.
Stated it perfectly.
And this is nuts. And guys, I know I can't have any, people up here right now, but if you want to support the show and support the continuation of the show, you can gift. I've got Crash App up on my profile, all that good stuff. But let's listen. It's a little bit of a longer clip, but listen to this crazy eye motherfucker. This dude is, he's just deep in the Kool-Aid, y'all. This guy's just deep in it.
not get to attack law enforcement officials in this country without any repercussions. You do not get to do that in Minnesota, LA, or anywhere else. And the interagency is leading the charge out there. We've already arrested with the interagency those that violated the FACE Act and impeded a peaceful prayer in church. We've already just last night arrested 4 more individuals involved in the damage of government property that we saw the videos of online. We've arrested other individuals who've made threats to law enforcement online. So we are not messing around. It doesn't have to be in person. If you threaten law enforcement officials or civilians, we are going to come find you.
Here it comes.
And as for this latest shooting, yes, DHS and HSI are the lead, and the FBI is processing the physical evidence. So we're in possession of the firearm, which is going to go to our laboratory. But as Secretary Noem said, no one who wants to be peaceful shows up at a protest with a firearm that is loaded with 2 full magazines. That is not a peaceful protest, and you do.
Is that right, bitch? No one who's wanting to be peaceful shows up to a protest armed with 2 magazines, huh? Huh. That's interesting. Let me pull up this video here. Or did I? Oh, fuck. I think I closed it down. Oh, no. I've got it right here. How about we watch this shit? Let's see. Because I know of another instance where, something similar to this happened. Let's see. Huh?
And come together over Instagram to protect protesters and property.
But you are. Why do you have a gun? If you want to...
Among the self-described militia was a 17-year-old with a green shirt and a long rifle.
This dude showed up to a protest with a big-ass fucking long rifle, and how many magazines does that bitch have? So is Kash Patel going to turn around and charge him or something? Oh, wait, that's right. They already said that he was more than, willing and welcome to shoot those people. And now, look, I got to say, Kyle Rittenhouse shouldn't have gone there with the gun. He went out of his way to go there with a gun. But when those people started attacking him, he had a right to defend himself with the gun that he had on him, and I believe that. I think it's bullshit what he did. But at the same time, now these same motherfuckers that was screaming Kyle Rittenhouse and sending this dude money and making him a little rich boy because he killed 3 people. I think it was 3 people he killed. Now they're going to say you can't show up to a protest with a gun and with 2 magazines? What? They sell holsters that hold more than 1 magazine, y'all. They sell them. Like, why would they sell those if it wasn't normal for people to carry? It's normal for people to carry multiple magazines on them, just as a matter of the course of their day. They get up in the morning, they get ready, they put their fucking gun on their belt somewhere and additional magazines in case shit hits the fan. There are people that do this. This is a fucking fact, and it's been legal in this country up until yesterday, apparently. And then yesterday, like what are we even doing? That said, I've got and unfortunately I put them I downloaded them to my other computer and then sent them to my phone. So let me pull this up because thankfully the NRA and these gun rights groups are pushing back a little bit. They're pushing back a little bit on this narrative here. So I'll just find each of the tweets and then we'll look at them together here. Let's see. This is the NRA, National Rifle Association. You're going to take my gun from my cold hands. These motherfuckers. So they said, let me read what they're responding to. FAA U.S. Attorney Bill Essayli. He says, if you approach law enforcement with a gun, there is a high likelihood they will be legally justified in shooting you. Don't do it. To which the NRA responds and says, this sentiment from the first assistant U.S. attorney for the Central District of California is dangerous and wrong. Responsible public voices should be awaiting a full investigation, not making generalizations and demonizing law-abiding citizens. Now, they're pushing back, but let me point out to you that normally the NRA will come out guns a-blazing, pun intended, every time a fucking group of kids are shot in school by a deranged lunatic, usually a white male, they'll come out before the fucking bodies are cold screaming about, we got rats on our pew-pews. And so while they're pushing back, you can tell the rhetoric that they're spewing is a lot less, insightful and inflammatory than normal. So, they're like, well, I'll push back, but just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. We're not going to go too far into the pale here. So let's look at this other group here. I actually need to look up OK2A because I've been a member of OK2A for a little while. Gun Owners of America. Let me look this up. Just to show you that, there's some breakaways here. You kill a white guy in America, you can't do that. Kill somebody of color or somebody protecting somebody of color, and all of a sudden, you were reaching. Look, he was trying to pull his pants up. You can't do that. Let's see. Gun Owners of America. Is that the same one? Yeah. And forgive me, I've got the screenshots here on my phone, but where is it? Thomas Massey says, oh, here, I'll just put this up here because they retweeted or reposted. Thomas Massey says, carrying a firearm is not a death sentence. It's a constitutionally protected, God-given right. And if you don't understand this, you have no business in law enforcement or government. That was also a response to this fucking idiot, this attorney general. Breaking, GOA ally Chip Roy calls out U.S. Attorney Assaley. Oh, let's listen to this. Okay. I hope he fucking rips him a new one. Yeah, I mean, because they have to now argue for disarming the public. That's what they're arguing. Like, if the only way to not be killed by the government is to not have the firearm on you when you're in their presence, that means you have to disarm yourself. Good job, MAGA. Yeah.
But I do want to make one point. I think it was a United States attorney out in California that said that simply if you're armed, that might cause a justified shoot. Look, I am a Second Amendment supporter, and I want to say I don't agree with that sentiment.
Exactly.
You can be armed. You can be in public. We are Second Amendment supporters, so I disagree with that. We do have the law, the right under the Second Amendment and under our state laws to carry weapons so we can defend ourselves. But when you're going to go agitate with police, when you're going to go create an environment like that, then you have a duty to make sure you say, hey, guys, I've got a weapon. Let's figure this out.
Well, fuck you, bitch. You don't have a duty to say a goddamn thing unless state law says that you do. There are some states, and I don't know if there's many left anymore, that the moment that you come across a law enforcement officer that you have to tell them. The difference here, though, is that these are federal. These aren't state. I'm not sure that those state laws requiring you to say, hey, I've got a loaded firearm, here's my permit. I don't think that actually it pertains to federal law enforcement. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't believe that it does because those are state laws. So this guy acting like, oh, well, you got to tell them. You got to say you've got a responsibility. No, bitch. That's what. Fuck you. A US v. Bad Out, guys. Go look it up. Go look it up because that is pertinent here.
What you're doing, if that's what his belief is, then just say that and do it peacefully. But that's not what I think I saw here. But I'm going to let them judge.
Wait, that's not what I think. Okay, so these cocksuckers can't even just push back on this and say, listen, bitch, this is wrong. They can't do that. Like, well, but, he shifted to the left, and he shouldn't have shifted to the left. And the moment you do that, I mean, that's kind of scary. Like, they're just, they're pushing back to an extent, but they're not just saying, fuck this shit, that's wrong. This is fuck this dude. What a little bitch, right? These are worthless human fucking scum is what these people are. We're saddened by let's see, is this the one? I think this is. Yeah, this is the one I was going to show you. Gun Owners of America statement on Minnesota shooting. We are saddened by the loss of life in Minneapolis, Minnesota, earlier today during a federal law enforcement operation. Because details remain limited and facts are still emerging, it is essential that the Justice Department conduct a complete, transparent, and prompt investigation so the public can fully understand what occurred and maintain confidence in the rule of law. Bitch, what do you need to see? We got video. We got like 5 different fucking angles of video, you cocksuckers. All right, now we gotta get the investigation. Motherfucker, watch it with your own eyes. You can see what happened, what led up to it. I don't give a fuck. The motherfuckers didn't even see the gun until after they were beating the fuck out of the dude and pepper sprayed him. What do you think you're gonna get out? God damn. Sorry, it's irritating. Furthermore, we condemn the untoward comments of U.S. Attorney S. Haley. Federal agents are not, quote, highly likely to be, quote, legally justified in shooting concealed carry licensees who approach while lawfully carrying a firearm. The Second Amendment protects Americans' rights to bear arms while protesting, a right the federal government must not infringe upon. Finally, the left must stop antagonizing at IceGov and at CBP agents who are taking criminals off the streets and play a crucial role in protecting communities and upholding the rule of law. And there you go again. They're like, oh, well, that's wrong what you said, but these people are crazy and they've got to stop it. They can't just say it. This is like cult mentality. Like I had Benjamin yesterday come in. This is a guy who's a conservative who sees that Donald Trump is not what he thought and turns on him a little bit. But he comes in there and is like, well, why does this guy have 2 magazines on him? Like, what the fuck kind of like narration do you have to do in your own brain to like come up with this stuff? It doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, there's one more. There was another group. Let me see who they were. This was the response to, I think there was a response to the Gun Owners of America. So let me go here. Yeah, they this fucking idiot posted a response to it. Engaged in Minnesota, Waltz, and acknowledged receipt. You're seeing common Antifa tactics here. What a douche. Yeah, right here. He responds to the Gun Owners of America's comment. You're adding words to mischaracterize my statement. I never said it's legally justified to shoot law-abiding concealed carriers. My comment addressed agitators approaching law enforcement with a gun and refusing to disarm. I'm sorry, when the fuck did they ask this dude to disarm? Hell, half of them didn't even ever see the gun, because after they killed the man, they're like, where's the gun? Where's the gun? So they're just adding details that, aren't clear in the videos, because you can hear there's audio to the videos. I didn't hear a single one of them say, "What, do you have a weapon?" I didn't hear any of that. They were too busy pepper spraying him and beating the fuck out of him to know what was happening. And then the guy that shoots him sees him being disarmed, like it's right in front of his face. He watches him be disarmed, pulls out his gun and shoots him. I just, this is nuts. And I just want to say, though, that Pam Bondi, and let me pull this back up, because, again, I had this on my other computer. I didn't even plan to go live today. Demands pull ICE. So Pam Bondi said, yeah, we'll pull ICE out. We'll pull ICE out, but under some conditions. Oh, these fucking paywall. Goddamn paywall. Here we go. Let me find one here. Here are the conditions for ICE to pull out of Minnesota. Let's read through this shit. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi is urging Minnesota Governor Tim Walz to support federal law enforcement immigration policy after Border Patrol has sent a warning letter to support ICE in the ongoing. Here's the letter. Governor Walz, the state of Minnesota, has refused to enforce the law, and the consequences are heartbreaking. Americans are watching politicians ignore federal immigration law, criminals attack federal law enforcement, and rioters storm church services. I write to urge change. In December 2025, DHS launched Operation Metro Surge, blah, blah, blah. Since the beginning of this operation, law enforcement has put themselves in harm's way. Unfortunately, you and other Minnesota officials have refused to support the men and women risking their lives to protect America and uphold the rule of law. Because Minnesota, Minneapolis, blah, 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 and politicians in the state. Now, this is the first time I've seen this memo, so I don't exactly know where it's at in here, but we're going to get to it. The results of your state policies and politicians' anti-enforcement rhetoric are a national tragedy. Violence against ICE agents and agents has increased approximately 1,300%. Yeah, you go in there, start beating the fuck out of people, and then you get upset because people fight back. Okay. The lawlessness in the streets is matched by the unprecedented financial fraud. Why do they keep talking about that? It has nothing to do with this. You and your office, yeah, here we go. You and your office must restore the rule of law, support ICE officers, and bring an end to the chaos in Minnesota. Fortunately, there are common sense solutions to these problems that I hope we can accomplish together. First, share all of Minnesota's records on Medicaid and food and nutrition service programs, including SNAP data, with the federal government. Allowing the federal government to efficiently investigate fraud will save Minnesota taxpayers money and ensure that Minnesota's welfare funds are being used to help those in need, not enrich fraudsters. Second, repeal the sanctuary policies that have led to so much crime and violence in your state. Removing criminal illegal aliens from Minnesota neighborhoods will save lives, and state and local officials should support this goal. All detention facilities in your state should cooperate fully with ICE, etc. Third, allow the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice to access voter rolls to confirm that Minnesota's voter registration practices comply with federal law as authorized by the Civil Rights Act of 1960. And there it is. Like, yeah, we'll pull out of Minnesota, but you got to give us all this data, including your voter rolls. Now, why in the fuck would the federal government, Donald Trump, want the voter rolls of Minnesota, a state that he loses in? I think we all know why. They want to purge the fuck out of them. They want to call and claim that Donald Trump won in 2020, and they want to fucking, fuck with the next one, with the upcoming one. So that's what they're going to do. That's why I think he'll end up, invoking the Insurrection Act. I think he will. And I think they'll just go to the polling places and start arresting. I hope I'm wrong, but they'll just start arresting people at the polling places. Oh, you have melanin? Well, why don't you come over here and get into the white van? Go ahead. And then they'll just hold them for a day until the voting days are over. Yep. And that's why they wanted to fuck with mail-in voting, so that you couldn't just not go to the polling places and just mail in your votes. Nope. They want you to show up so that when you show up, they can start harassing you and prevent anybody of color, from wanting to go. They're trying to fucking take over the country, y'all. And the United States cannot let them. But here's the thing. One good thing from this is that Minneapolis is showing me that America may not put up with it. They may just tell the government to go fuck itself and go full bore fucking absolute revolutionary on their asses. And what this country, or what Donald Trump knows, is that they don't have enough resources to take this entire country. So what they have to do is blow themselves up like they're a lot bigger than they are, and pretend that they're this huge entity and there's nothing you can do about it. That's what they need you to believe. That you can't do anything about it because they're just so strong and powerful. Problem is they don't have enough people. There's only like 22,000 ICE agents, 20,000 ICE agents. And some of them are fucking afraid. A lot of them are untrained. They don't have enough resources to take this country, not even using the U.S. military. They just don't. And they know it. So they're coming out fucking fast and hard and killing people and being cruel to them and busting them in the face with tear gas and putting it right in their mouths and shit, right up their noses. Just chemical warfare. They're doing that to scare everybody. That's what they're doing. I mean, because notice, this is happening in just a couple of places because they're already overextended. That's all they have. So they need that footage. That's why they're doing this propaganda shit and making it look real bad, like they're real tough. Because they know 340 million Americans, they can't do anything about it. They can't do anything about it. Aside from doing what he's bitching about Iran doing, which is just gunning you down in the street with fucking, whatever guns they'd fucking use on the back of a truck, and you're strafing a fucking helicopter through the cities and just pew-pewing the people. Aside from doing that, there's nothing they can do. So you can't be afraid of this fucking government. You can't. Because together we are far more powerful than this government could ever think of being. We're so powerful, in fact, we don't have to fire a goddamn shot. We don't have to do a fucking violent thing to these people. All we have to do is nothing. Nothing. You do nothing. If you just don't go to work, you don't pay your fucking bills, you don't pay your fucking credit cards, you buy your food, you go home, you fucking squat in that goddamn house, and if everybody does this together, the fucking nation crumbles. And I guarantee you, it won't be the people that have to oust Donald Trump. It'll be the billionaires that will oust that motherfucker for us. Because when you start taking their money away from them, all of a sudden, windows and skyscrapers start opening. Because that's what they do. You take that from them, that's the only thing these people care about. You take that away from them, and they will want to figure out whether they can fly or not. We've seen it before. So you don't even have to do anything. That's how fragile these people are. I mean, imagine being so fragile that you're a billionaire, and because the next year you don't make the $250 million that you wanted to make, you start thinking of self-unaliving. That's fucking fragile. These people are absolutely fragile. But they're also psychopaths. So they're willing to do whatever. So you start doing nothing, and that's all you got to do. And I think they know it. And that is, more powerful speech than ever. Because think about it. Citizens United said that money is speech. And when you spend money in this economy, you're actually saying that, I support this economy. Don't support it. Keep your speech at home. Keep that money at home. That's Christmas. Kids didn't get anything for Christmas. Didn't buy a motherfucking thing for Thanksgiving. Because fuck these people. Fuck them. I mean, I'm not to the point of just not paying back my credit cards and shit, but I certainly, it's not something that I need because I grew up without much. Don't need any of that. Don't need a credit score. I went for 10 years without a goddamn bank account. It's possible. Unless they go to a digital currency, and then good luck with that. But yeah, we don't have to be violent to these people to fucking ruin their day and to ruin their lives. You don't have to do anything. And really, that's the point. So I am encouraged by what I'm seeing in Minneapolis because the people are like, fuck this shit. And there's this video I want to play. I'm pretty sure I downloaded it yesterday. It really epitomizes everything we're seeing. Let me try to pull it up here. It's that old white guy. Some of you probably already saw the clip from yesterday. I didn't think I was going to play it. That's why I don't have it ready, so forgive me. You motherfuckers. God damn it. All right, hold on. I'll find it. We'll get it. I've got it in the history somewhere, I'm sure. All right. I know. Give me a second. Let me do a search in my history here. There we are. Found it. All right. This is pretty emotional, actually, for me. Like watching this, I feel so bad for this man because, I think he speaks for all of us.
40 minutes from now, we are going to hear. We got another situation here. Let's just listen in for a moment.
No! Fuck you! Stop! Look out! Damn! Just chill. Okay. I'm fine. I don't breathe anything. I'm just angry. I'm 7 years old. Fucking angry. Oh, fuck off. I don't think I'll need it, but we'll try it.
Wow. What a scene in an American city in 20.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty powerful. Because you can tell he's just so enraged and he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. But he knows he's got to do something, and that's why he's there. And I'm telling you, the best thing to do is fucking nothing. By continuing to buy stuff that is essentially just supporting this economy and supporting Donald Trump. When you retract all of your money, you pull the fucking money out of these banks, because when you have your money in the banks, that gives them legal authority to loan money out. They have to have a certain amount of money in the bank before they can loan out. You start yanking that fucking money and you stop paying these fucking bills, because, these people are all constantly on the brink of collapse of everything because they all constantly overextend themselves. Like, look at DoorDash. They haven't turned a profit, I don't think, at all, except for during COVID. Because they spend more than they take in all the time. And they exist in debt as they grow and grow and grow. And, because they're like, well, we're just going to keep pushing marketing and this and that, to try and grow and expand. And so the moment you start pulling that money out, it hurts them. And to that old guy, I mean, him walking away in the cloud of tear gas is just, I'm surprised that this guy's video isn't trending on Twitter and trending on fucking TikTok. It needs to be. Because we're all walking into this abyss of what the fuck, when the reality is that you don't have to do a fucking thing. And that's the point. I really wish I could have some guests up right now, y'all. I want to fucking let me go through some of these comments here. Holy shit, 389. What the fuck just happened? That's weird. Well, welcome in, everybody. To everybody that just showed up, I just got an additional 400 viewers, so I don't know what that's all about. But to everybody that's just showing up, I want to replay this clip that I just played when there were 50 people in here. And I think this says a lot. This is America right here. Let's just watch it again.
40 minutes from now, we are going to hear. We got another situation here. Let's just listen in for a moment.
No! Fuck you! Stop! Look out! Damn! Just chill. Okay. I'm fine. I don't breathe anything. I'm just angry. I'm 7 years old. Fucking angry. Oh, fuck off. think I'll need it, but we'll try it.
Wow. What a scene in an American city in 20.
Yeah, and guys, I know, playing that twice in a row is a little weird, but all of a sudden we had a spike of viewers, like fucking got up to 600. That is, they're doing something to the algorithm. I don't know what that's all about. I don't get it. But yeah, Renegade, if 10,000 people take out their cash at once, it would make a bank collapse. Renegade, you're absolutely fucking right. You're absolutely right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this guy doesn't know what to do. A lot of us don't really know what to do. And sometimes the best thing to do is absolutely fucking nothing. And by paying and buying more shit, you're essentially supporting this economy. I mean, not essentially, you are. No, I'm not saying that you're like, ideologically supporting the economy, but that's what it amounts to. And people have got to stop. Because otherwise it's violence in the fucking streets and nobody wants to see that. And these people that are just fucking our lives up, they know that's like the end, that's their demise. And so when they overextend themselves because they exist in a world of being overextended, when they do that, it's their own fault when they collapse, because they'll turn around and be like, "Oh my God, we're in so much debt. We've got to cut all of these austerity programs. We have to cut welfare and SNAP and all of this stuff because these people aren't good with their money." And then you turn around and you look at these goddamn corporations that owe fucking billions of dollars in debt, yet for some reason are paying out tremendous amounts of money to the CEO, are giving fucking dividends and shit to the shareholders, are doing all this fucking crazy shit while they're in debt and not turning a profit. Look at every AI company. They aren't turning a profit. And they're not even trying to. They're just trying to gobble up as much shit as they can. It's like a fucking cancer. And they're doing it just with, with other people's money. They're doing it with investor money. They're doing it with venture capitalist money. Hell, I seen a video clip of Sam Altman. This motherfucker says, when he's talking about the, when they expect to turn a profit, this bitch tells these investors, well, when we get AI to the point where it's, basically smart enough, we'll ask AI how to turn a profit. And then these same people will turn around and say, because you went to Starbucks one day, you deserve to lose your house. You deserve to lose your SNAP benefits. You can't buy chips at the fucking grocery store with your SNAP benefits. You can't buy pop because you're just not good with your money. Yet these motherfuckers exist in these corporations that don't turn profits. It's a house of cards, and we're all the base. We're propping these people up. We're on our knees, and they're standing on our backs, and all we have to do is move out from underneath them, and they all come tumbling down. Not sure not. You said try to get liberal to play it. It needs to spread. What is it now? I have a video of kids screaming in a detention center in Texas. It sounds horrifying. Did you send it to me like in a DM? I'm happy to play it. Again, I can't have any guests up right now, but I'm still like shocked. Like, did you guys see that? I went from like 50 views to 600 views in like moments. That was fucking weird. It's on your page. Okay, let me go to your page here real quick. All right, let's see. Is it the last thing that you did? Okay, I see it, I think. Now again, I can't verify the veracity of this video, so take that for what it is. This is somebody in the comments has put me onto this. I will gladly play it though. I'm gonna turn the volume up just a smidge here.
I'm outside. I'm outside. It doesn't say out here.
Now!
And I've just been ordered to leave the premises. And she's yelling at me right now, so I'm gonna head back to my car and try and keep you abreast of the situation.
Yeah, what the fuck? And this is where in Texas? Now, is that your video? This fucking guy says W Ice. What a 21 followers. Okay. We've got another bot. We've got a fucking Israeli bot here. How about I do this? There you go. How do you like that, bitch? You can come in here with 21 followers talking about win Ice. Get the fuck out of here. That is, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think of that, but yeah, if you're, I mean, do you know who the originator of that video is? I just want to, CNN did cover it. Interesting. Misfit, yesterday I got a banana, and it's weird because I peeled it, and they never like responded. Normally I just wouldn't be able to go live, but maybe they've changed it where I can go live, but I just can't have any guests. I don't know. Because they never said that it was denied or not denied. I just can't have any guests, but I was able to go live. So now today is not normally my normal day to go live anyway. Sunday and Monday are my days off. I go, as you can see up there, Tuesday through Saturday. But you know, it is what it is. Let me, damn it, now I forgot what I was fucking about to do. It'll come to me. Anyway, yeah, guys, like we're these concentration camps, you know, should tell you something of where we're at. So by spending money, extra money, you're just propping it up. You know, you're just propping this up and keeping this, you know, this bullshit, this facade of success going for these people. Because really, I mean, you know, you seriously go look at these companies. That the moment that they lose that stuff, they collapse, and they have to declare bankruptcy because they're overextended. They're constantly overextended, and they're like, "Well, we'll just keep it going. We'll just pretend." This is like Enron. You know, Enron did shit like this too. So if you just stop engaging in commerce, they get fucked. We don't have to fire a single goddamn shot. We don't have to even be out protesting. That's the protest. And, you know, and now look, you know, people turning on the government violently at this point, you know, I'm not going to say I don't understand it. I do, but we don't have to. We don't have to, because these are fragile motherfuckers. They're absolutely fragile pieces of dog shit. Now let me just bring up and see if we got any updates. Scrutiny of DHS crackdown in Minnesota. I did notice something that was weird. Like last night, I stayed up till like 1 o'clock in the morning, which is not normal for me. I usually go to bed like 9 p.m. Angel Eyes, yeah, my shit's shadow banned. Like you go to my videos and they collapse all of my comments. Like at one point I had like 19 total comments, but only 2 comments showed, you know, when you see on the side, it'll show how many likes and how many comments. It would only say 2, but there were really 19. You had to click view all because they're just, you know, shadow banning, and they're tweaking shit too, guys. They're actively fucking with stuff. Like I don't think they're wasting any time, because like last night, the app was all fucked up. Last night, people, Raw posted a video of her. It would show like Millie Shushy's stuff. She could find Millie Shushy's. She couldn't find me. She couldn't find all of the Roddy. She couldn't find these other creators. It just didn't show up at all. And even on my own phone, it didn't even let me search for myself. It's really weird. And what's up with the likes? I am showing 0 likes, 0 views. Okay, so I don't actually think I'm supposed to be able to go live right now because it's showing no views, no gifts, no likes, and no additional followers. That's weird. This is the Ellisons. This is Oracle. This is fucking Israel doing what it intended to do. Keep in mind, Benjamin Netanyahu said that TikTok was a weapon of war. He also said Twitter was a weapon of war. Not sure Not says they're going to try to push viewers to right-wing lives unfairly. Just wait, watch. Yeah. Well, and if they'll keep some Democrats around, but the ones who are Zionists, they'll keep them around. And there's a lot of them out there. There's a whole group of them that, fucking came after me because they called me, and you're an anti-Semite. So yeah, if you're a Zionist and you're a Democrat, they'll push your stuff because they still need that, conflict to make it seem, to give them some plausible deniability. Yeah, this is weird. I'm seeing likes come, but I'm not seeing, it doesn't show up in my like counts. That's fucking strange, y'all. Maybe I should shut it down. I don't know if anybody is gifted. Are you guys able to gift? I see Susie Q had sent a 2026 thing. Interesting. Yeah, because it doesn't show I have any boxing gloves. Okay, so you guys are seeing the likes, so maybe it's just the app on my computer that's fucked up. I don't know. It's weird. I wonder if I can co-host with somebody. Let's see if it'll. I don't know anything about co-host. Fuck that shit. I don't want to do that. That's weird. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. Hopefully by Tuesday, which is when I go live, Tuesday around 3 o'clock, I should be able to go live with guests. I may jump over to my alt account. As a matter of fact, I'll post my alt in the chat. So if you guys want to follow the alt, you can go there because I can do lives on my alt, although I don't have as many, followers over there. But I may test it out and see if that works, if I can get guests on that side. I had to fucking agree to your terms and conditions, you cocksuckers. God, I hate this shit. Oh, we're about freedoms, but we're going to censor the fuck out of you, and we're going to make it so nobody can find you. These lying pieces of absolute garbage. There we go. Okay, at least I can say this is my alt. So yeah, if you want, I may jump on there later just to test and see if it works. If I can have guests, that's me in the comments. That's my alt. Your account is showing the same as when it's banned. Oh, it is? Okay, yeah. See, I think there may be a bug because yesterday it removed everybody from the panel and there was a black box still on there. It showed all the guest slots, but I stayed live. When normally it'll, when you get a banana, it'll just end the show. But in yesterday's case, it just kept going. So I was able to talk, but nobody was able to join. So that may be what this is. I am still banned, but it's not, it's not working or whatever. I reached out to my agent. My agent was like, well, have they responded? I'm like, no, not yet. So maybe they have to respond, and maybe that's how they'll do it. It happened to me on my mental health live, so it might work. You have 5 minutes to resume. Just followed your account. What do you mean 5 minutes to resume, Ghosty? I went to eliminate, and all my videos were gone. Yeah, this is try to close the window and then resume. Just make sure you're there fast. Oh yeah, no, this is so. I'm on Live Studio on my computer. So I'd have to close it down and open it back up, but this is me opening it up from my computer being off. So I turn my computer on, open the Live Studio. So it's, I don't think it's going to work that way. Close away. U.S. is taking over. U.S. TikTok, it's censored. Yeah, I mean, maybe VPNing to Canada might fix it. I don't know if that if you can like switch with an account, if that works, but maybe because Canadians can say whatever the fuck they want. I see these Canadian lives. People say some egregious shit on some of these Canadian lives, and they don't get bananaed. And it might fix everything it did to me yesterday. So you can trust me. I'll bring in my other account. Again, Ghosty, I'm telling you, yesterday I was bananaed. It removed my panel, and it let me continue. But I ended that live, and that was last night. And then I come in today, and when I start my computer, I open the live studio. It's doing this, and it won't let me bring up any accounts. And they haven't said anything about my appeal. I don't think, closing this down is going to work because it was the first time that it was opened. It will put you on pause, and that's why I say you can resume it. I guess I can pause the show. Okay. I've resumed. Let me see if I can bring somebody up. Nope. Again, I'm bananaed until the 27th. That is what my shit says. That I'm bananaed till the 27th. Either way, I'm going to end this live regardless because I don't even normally go live today. But I will maybe try it on my phone, on my alt later. So again, I put a comment in there with my alt on my alt account. So if you want to follow that, and we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it, guys, and we'll catch you at the very least Tuesday or Wednesday when I'm no longer bananaed. All right, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.